Hello everyone, today I am going to be giving you guys a step-by-step tutorial on how you can create your first rocket racing map within UEFN that just was announced 12 minutes ago. This video is a pretty long tutorial, so if you guys want to skip around, there are timestamps in the description or underneath like the red bar that YouTube plays. So just click on those timestamps and you guys can skip throughout the video. I don't mind at all. Please use them. I have them there so you guys can use them so you guys don't have to sit through this long video. But yeah, I will also be live over on Twitch, twitch.tv/theaveragebum. If you guys have any questions or if you guys want to see how my current map is going, come check me out. Come drop a follow, subscribe if you have Twitch Prime. But yeah, really quick, if you guys could like the video and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me, especially if you find this video helpful towards you at all. That would mean a lot to me. And this was the trailer that they dropped along with the announcement. So let's watch this really quick. And along with that, they also have this documentation page. So if you guys want to read this too, which I'll be going over it, of course, in this video too, but if you guys would rather read it, every single website I use in this video will be linked down below in the description. So just scroll down there if you want to do it by yourself and you don't want to watch the rest of the video, that's completely fine. But when you guys are going to be shown this page where you can see all of your projects. But if you go down to island templates, you have two new stuff. This is the competitive racetrack and the speedrun track. They describe the competitive racetrack as a multi-lap game mode that holds up to 12 players as they race from start to finish. While the speedrun track is a time trial style race, this single lap game mode holds up to 12 players as they compete for the lowest single lap completion time. With that, let's actually go step by step into how you guys can create, manage, and landscape your own track yourself. So really quick, we're going to create a competitive racetrack. We're going to name this tutorial, and we're just going to click create. That simple. Now it's going to be loading up really quick. Just wait for it to finish loading, and then we can begin the rest of the tutorial. All right, and as you can see, we're already in it. So really quick tutorial. If most people watching this have probably never used UEFN before. Top right, you can change the speed of the camera. So whenever you're speeding, WASD to move, or you can zoom in and out too. This stuff all controls this stuff right here, so depending on what you do with it. First things first, to actually extend the primary track, we're going to select on it, and we're going to hit this little green thing right here. And it's going to give us a bunch of road styles we can choose from, as you can see. But for now, I'm going to dock this to my left-hand side like so, just so it's not in the way and you guys can see the majority of the screen. And you guys are want to do after you get your style editor to a comfortable position where you can easily access it, you're going to go up here to this perspective, click on it, and you can change it to top down. If you see something like for example, me, I had this wireframe, just click on the wireframe right here and then change it to lit. Make sure it's set to lit, or you can change it to unlit, whatever you prefer. If it's too dark, too bright, all that type of stuff. Make sure you're selected on the rocket racing track right here, and then you are going to click select all spline points, and then make sure that the spline point that's selected, as you can see, the white little ball right here, is furthest from the starting line, which is right here. As you can see, this is the starting line with all the cars right there. And then we are going to hold down left alt, make sure that we're on select and translate objects. And it's going to create a whole new little track right here for us. That's simple. For me, I'm going to just do a little bit of this. And then I'm going to, if you want to change the road style, of course, you can change it. There's 5 different options. There's a flat road, banked road, a half pipe, the tunnel, and the pipe. There's all those selections you can choose from. I'm going to rotate this just slightly like so, as you can see. Make sure the spline that you want to rotate or move is currently selected by using the select a point sign up here. You can rotate it like this. Just make sure you have this selected. Change it back to this, and then we are going to hold down left alt. And really quick, we're just going to make a really quick loop, not too difficult. And once it's relatively close, you're not going to connect them together like this. You're going to connect them by, we're simply going to go to the style editor and then click on device, because before we were on track, change it to device now. And right here, you're going to see looping track. Select that. It's going to loop it. I guess not. Okay. To fix that, we're just going to do this. Select the default. Yep. Select the track that you want for it to loop with. Ooh, why is it being like that? There we go. There we go. It was too close apparently. But yeah, just like that. That's a nice little track. Or we could do this. I think the default one. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, it loops back just like that, and we have our first track, just like that, with even a half pipe in it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to change perspective up here. We're going to change it to a top view. If you guys don't see what I'm seeing, you guys just click right here. It might say one of these other things. Just click right here. You can change it to whatever you prefer, lighting only, lit. I'm going to do personally lit. And as you can see, we can go select on our track again, select all splines. If you don't, for example, I don't like how this is already a bad start from the beginning. So what we're going to do to fix that is we're going to select that spline like so. That's the spline right here. We're going to rotate it like so, straight in and out sort of. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with everything else on this loop so far. But yeah, congratulations guys, you guys made your first loop in the new UEFN rocket racing. Okay, now we're going to get into secondary track options like this. Okay, now let's say you have this huge gap. We got rid of the half pipe. Now we want this huge gap where people can fly. There's going to be a few vertical tracks on the left and right hand side that you guys can choose from to get over this huge gap. What we're going to do in order to do that, so we got rid of it like so, just by selecting the spline on the track, for example. But yeah, if you want to get rid of parts of road that make a big gap like this, you're just going to select the spline that you want, and you're just going to change the road shape to this, and look at that, and it's going to be gone. We are going to actually unselect this, so you can unselect the track by just clicking into this guy, so you're not, so you don't accidentally select something else. And then you're going to go into your content drawer down here. We are going to dock into our layout. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we're on the Fortnite folder, and we're going to search up RR track like so. Enter, and then right down here you can see the rocket racing track like so. So we are going to drag it in like so. I'm going to remove this for now because we won't be needing this for right now. We're going to do that. We're going to rotate it slightly like this. And we are going to make it vertical like so. We keep it at an angle, we can keep it a whole 90 degrees like so. As you can see, it's a full track on both sides. So now we're going to move that directly over here by grabbing in between here. So we can move the X and Y axes at the same time by grabbing here. Let's say if we want to move the X and the Z axes right here, we can just do this, grab right here. Now we are going to go into our style editor on the left hand side, go to device, and we are going to change it to, make sure it's set to secondary. If it's not set to secondary, then it's going to mess up your whole entire map. And then we are going to go back to track, select the spline, go to our next spline point, hold Alt and drag a new track in like so. But this time, let's do a pipe like so. Now we've got a little pipe going like so. As you can see, we got a little pipe going. We're going to grab in between the red and green right here to extend it. And we are going to make it, let's see. Let's make it so people don't have to use their boots to jump. They can just fly out like this. The car is going to be able to go through this thing and come right back out onto the main track once again. But as you can tell, this secondary track is not connected to the main track at all whatsoever. You have to fly through there to actually get to them. So that's how you can do that. Now let's say we got a pretty good decent map, but you may not know, but you may have noticed that we have no hazards, nothing to like actually prevent people from making it too easy for them. So let's make it a bit harder for them. Aha, right here. So make sure you're in your Fortnite folder again on the left hand side. You're going to scroll down to track, click on that, track palette, default. Okay, that's not it. I thought that was the way. Devices, that's what we're going to do. Make sure we're selected on devices. And as you can see, we have all the possible devices that we can do within rocket racing. So we have a VFX spawner, VFX creator, that's some advanced stuff, decal advanced. But yeah, for now, let's add some hazards. So we're going to hold down on our EMP volume. We're going to click and drag it over to our project like so. And as you can see, we have a small little hazard, just like that. We're going to raise it like so. If we hit end on our keyboard, it's going to select it to ground. Let's actually scale this now. So we're going to do a bit of this scale object, and we can make a little line like so. Let's move this down into the ground by clicking end on our keyboard, and then we can continue scaling it. Let's make it so it's about even with right here on the left hand side. And then let's also finish it up by doing this. I think that's big enough now, so let's go back to here and move it like this. And just like that, we have our first hazard. Let's create some more hazards, especially up here. So let's hold down our left alt again to duplicate it, drag it over here, and let's add some small ones, not so big, but some small ones. So we're gonna change the size again. Let's change it to more of like a box, like so. So we have a little box now that people have to jump over. Click and drag, and then we can hold down left alt to duplicate it. Let's make it so people have to go through the center, because most people are going to be drifting on this corner. They're going to have to drift through the center now before they can actually drift around this corner. Now we're just going to let people drift around this corner for the rest of the way. But let's actually add one more hazard right here. As soon as they get onto, right before they get into their tunnel over here, let's make a little hazard happen here. And then let's click and drag again right here. So they have to jump through this little tiny hole before they can continue. And while we're at it, we can also just put some more hazards on the inside too. So let's do that. There we go. So now we have our hazards inside the tunnel. And why not? Let's make one more over here. I'm gonna grab, I like the size of this one, so I'm gonna go over here, left alt, grab this one, like that. So that's a pretty big box that people have to jump over, but it'd be quite interesting how we can jump over that. Yeah, as you can see, now we got our hazards in the track. Now, you may have noticed we're missing one final thing, and you may have seen it this entire time. Right down here, where is it? The boost pad. We have been missing our boost pad this entire time. Let's add our boost pad now. So first things first, let's just click and drag it onto the thing. As you can see, it's already facing the wrong direction, so just rotate it this way, like so. Just gonna place these around quickly, but as you can see, you guys can just quickly move these around. I'm gonna place one right here. If you can successfully make it through here, you deserve a boost. Why not? So, and then let's select both of them so we can hold down shift on our keyboard. So while we have one selected, for example, this one, hold down left shift on our keyboard and then select the other one. Now we have two of them. Now we can hold down left alt like so and drag it over here. Ooh, it's a bit inside the track, so let's move it like this. That's good enough. If it's barely seeking through the track, you can still hit the boost, just like so. That's good enough for now. And let's have one final boost right over here. It looks like there's a bit of a bug already where you can't place the boost pad onto here. It will just go right through the map. That's fine with us, so we can still place it above the ground slightly. Rotate it this way, and then move it slightly more. Oops. Go back with Control Z, and just like that, we've got our boost pads in the map now. Okay, now we're going to do a checkpoint system really quick. So as you can see, if we select on this is a checkpoint, and so is this. Now, if we go into our basic options right here, we can set it to the start line and the finish line. So typically, if you do a looping map like we have here, you're going to want to set this to a start and a finish. So select both like so. But if you weren't doing a looping map, you will start it as a start line and then make another one for a finish line, like we're about to talk about here. And then just so it matches up, let's move our checkerboard over here. Now, as you can see, we unchecked the start line or the finish line, and it looks like a regular checkpoint. We also have teleport enabled. Let's disable that. I think if you have teleport enabled, it's going to teleport you to another location that you set it to. But we're going to turn off the teleport feature. I totally forgot to continue recording, so I completely missed out on so you guys kind of missed out on all the checkpoint things, but you can just move your checkpoints just like we did with the hazards and the speed boost and all that stuff to wherever you want. I didn't do anything else special. I just moved them to where I want by holding down left control, making a new one, or left alt, I mean. By holding down left alt, I created a new one and dragged it to wherever I want it to be. As you can see, we have 3 checkpoints, the start and finish line over here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select our first checkpoint right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down to next checkpoints, like so. And we are going to click this pick actor from scene, this little pencil right here. And we are going to select the checkpoint 3. Now we're going to click on this again. Now we're going to click on the next one, click add element, select the pencil again, and then click our final one like so. We're going to hit add element again, select this, and then choose the finish line to indicate that's our last one. And now we have all of our checkpoints linked up together in order of the way you have to go through them. Okay, yeah, but now we got our official track with all of its hazards, boost pads, and checkpoints all linked up now. Now, let's say we don't like this basic island. Let's add some landscape to it. So what we're gonna do is click up here into selection mode, change it to landscape like I just did. And we can move this style editor over here for now. Let's just move it over here. We are going to select sculpt like so. Let me adjust this. It's a bit out of place. There we go. And we are going to make sure it's selected on sculpt just like so. We can adjust our tool strengths like so, our brush size, and the fall off of it. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let's say we want one big mountain right here. So what we're going to do is let's make the brush pretty big then. Hold down on it like so. And just like that, we've sculpted a mound. I don't even know what you want. I guess a mound is what we're going to call it. While we're at it, we can also smooth it to, let's make the brush size a tiny bit small, like so. Smooth it out. We can also flatten it too. So if we make our brush size bigger, we hold down on a point that we want to flatten it at, we drag across, it will flatten out the surface all the way over here too, just like so. If we want to paint it, so for example, let's say, what is this? Let's say we want some sand up here, a bit of sand. Just click and drag, and make sure you select your layer right here. Let's say if you want to like put some sand up here, for example, make sure we're on the paint tab, select the layer that we want. So this one is sand. You can just judge what they are by just clicking on them and then place them down. This one is a dirt, it looks like. So let's just get rid of that. What happened to our sand? There we go, there's our sand. It's just a visual bug right down here. It's not showing for some reason. But here's our sand. We're going to click and drag. Let's add some sand up here. And while we're at it, let's add, what is this? Wait for it to load. We got this weird green stuff. I don't know what you call this. Play around with the tools yourself. You can create ramps too. So let's say we want right down here to go up into here. Select that and that. Adjust the width, the fall off, like so, and then click add ramp. And then it tries to do a little ramp, but I guess I didn't do it correctly. There we go, that's better. And now we got a little ramp. Now what we are going to do is we are going to test drive our track. So let's quickly click these three dots up here. Make sure live edit and auto start game are selected. And since I don't have Fortnite open down here, we are going to launch on this PC. If you do have Fortnite open on like a console, for example, a Switch, a mobile device, or another PC, click connect to platform. It should automatically connect you to that platform if you have Fortnite open on it, of course. But just like that, we're going to launch this PC. I will be right back once we're in the game. So as you guys can see, once we open it up in our actual game, we have a whole track. So as you can tell, I spawned right here where the other cars were supposed to spawn at. For some reason, our boost is in the bottom right. Yeah, as you can see, we can test drive our track like so. This is a bit of a weird turn. I'm going to tell it. Oh, I just fell through the map. Nice. But yeah, as you can tell, once we died, we respawned to the last checkpoint we were at. So let's do that one more time again, just to show it off. The checkpoint system works when we die. Oh yeah, as you can see, look at that. It just doesn't show like the 1, 2, 3, whatever lap you're on. But as you can tell, we have the finish line back there. Let's go back to that, actually. And just like that, we finished the match. So that was our testing. So you guys can also adjust everything. Well, most of the stuff, not everything. Like for example, the devices, you're gonna have to do that through UEFN. But let's say you want to add. Let me switch over to my PC. Let's say we want to add some galleries. So let's add a bit of help because some people might not see them. So we're gonna add this new rocket racing gallery that they added in. Let's add this one. So we're gonna click place now on it. Let's push this out, rotate it to the direction we want. And as you can see, now people will be able to see where to go. You can add any gallery you want into these maps. That's what's so nice about it. Let's add like a big satellite dish, because, you know, a satellite dish might be in the center of your map. You may want one. And then just like that, we have a satellite dish sticking in the water. Now, if you want to start the game again, you click escape and click start game. Just like so. And it should put you right back into your car, like so. Now there's no starting line. I think that's all. This is in early development, of course. Well, this is in early development. It just released today, but of course it's gonna have lots of bugs, so we don't see a lot of that stuff. We got the decal. We also have the VFX spawner and the VFX creator. The VFX creator, that's for more advanced users. In this, we won't be getting into it in this video, but let's get into the VFX spawner. This is something that we can work with. So let's say we want a bit of like some visual effects to be around. Let's say we want some fireworks at the start line. That would be nice, right? Some little nice fireworks. So we're going to place our VFX spawner. Let's place it right down here in the center. Then we can customize it so it goes continuous or a burst. Now, if we start the game, you guys will notice that we will have the VFX, or we should have the VFX spawner right in front of us, like so. Look at that. If you liked the video in any way or thought it was helpful, like the video and also subscribe to see more content. Let me know down below if you guys want a more advanced tutorial, and also come check out my Twitch streams if you have any questions, or if you want to watch me create my own map, because I will be creating a map in there. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye now.